sometimes you end up in a place and you just have a lot of optimism that you're gonna get out of here. Oh. Having spent the end of summer in Nova Scotia, it was time for me to head back to Montreal and to my good friend and roommate, Babs. But while it's easy to take the road most traveled, buy a bus ticket or fly on a plane, the best way to do something exciting, get outside, and meet new people is to hitchhike all the way there. Another day, another adventure. My first day hitchhiking was turning out fruitful, and after a couple of rides, this guy dropped me off under an overpass for the highway I needed to take out of Nova Scotia. After getting to a better spot to hitchhike, I spent an hour, thumb outstretched, before finally someone stopped. It was then that I learned I was hitchhiking in the wrong direction. While feeling pretty bummed, I remembered some words of wisdom a friend had recently told me. It's not an adventure unless something goes wrong. So with what felt like an hour wasted, I turned around, started hitching the other way, and luckily met Perry. This kind man drove me 430 kilometers to just outside of Fredericton, giving me an incredible boost in the first leg of my journey. And when driving with someone for so long, you get to hear their story, their history, and their wisdom. Perry was the youngest of 22 kids in rural Newfoundland, and while his life has been trials and tribulations to get him where he is today, he had one piece of wisdom that he always stuck with.
I live by a very simple philosophy today. If I can't help you, I don't hurt you. If I can do some good, I'm going to do. Some way, shape, or form. Something as simple as picking you up on the side of the road because I know you're going somewhere. I just ask, you're heading in my direction. I'm going to take you as far as I can and get you there safely. So, I don't care what color you are, what religion you are, what you believe or don't believe or how you live your life. It's just a matter of giving a damn, caring for your neighbor, stranger on the street. Make a difference every day, and if you can do something good for somebody, do it.
After my ride with Perry, I was quickly picked up and driven to Woodstock, New Brunswick, where I was feeling incredibly happy about the journey I had taken so far. I don't know what it is, but sometimes you just get such bursts of positivity, and that's the greatest thing you can have when you're hitchhiking, because positivity is what pushes you through so you can keep going. It's great. You just want to dance and shout. It helps put that positive smile on your face, and that positive smile makes you much more attractive as a hitchhiker than somebody who's scary and mean.
And it worked, because shortly thereafter, I was picked up by this guy, and I
ended up here at a gas station. Just talked to the attendant here. He said that hitching out of here is a little bit difficult, so I'm going to stay here at this gas station and ask people that comes in. He said about around 8 p.m., 9 p.m., the truckers start coming in. Hopefully we can get a ride. Well, if I get stuck here and want some moonshine, I think I know where to go. Potato chips? I hardly know her.
After goofing off at the gas station for a couple of hours, I met a trucker who was willing to take me a little bit further. While I had a tent and was ready to sleep outside, with the cold night air, he suggested I sneak into the trucker lounge at the gas station where he was spending the night, and if I was there in the morning, he'd take me a little bit further. After an awkward night's sleep, I rose in the cold dark morning, found him again, and continued on my way.
That early start and that chilly morning seem to have paid off, because right now I'm in a truck, he's just refueling, and then he's going to drive me 40 minutes away from my destination of Montreal. It's a good day!
My early morning ride dropped me off at a gas station, where after asking around and hitching for about 45 minutes, I was lucky to get a ride with Danny. I drove with Danny for close to 5 hours, and in that time, he told me incredible stories about his life. From raunchy international adventures to troubles of his youth or smoking weed with famous Canadian politicians, he had no end to entertaining and intriguing tales. When Danny and I finally said our goodbyes, I was only one ride away from arriving in Montreal, and after less than 5 minutes of hitching, this kind old man picked me up, and within the hour, I had arrived at my destination. Sometimes hitchhiking can be incredibly trying and frustrating. When you get dropped off in a weird location, or you're stuck in the same spot for hours. It can get hard to motivate yourself, but in the end, when you get that ride, it feels so incredibly gratifying. And it's because you kept trying. When you got down, you still kept trying. And when that persistence paid off, you had a little bit more of an adventure. I try to keep that in mind in other parts of my life. When you get down, you just keep trying.